The Yine Project. We started this little adventure about 2 years ago when we asked all of you to help us out.
These packages just came in today.
Yeah?
Take a look at this.
1,250 PowerPack Picos.
These are the PowerPack Picos that are going to be going to Peru to reach the Yine. This is the Reach the Yine project.
A few years ago, we got this crazy idea. Let's reach an entire people group with the gospel using audio devices. We started this project with hopes and dreams and this big plan of reaching a new people group a way we've never done it before. We put this idea out to you guys, and you helped us with it.
It really means a lot to be a part of this, to really get the gospel out for those even that can't read or write, and it's really humbling to be a part of this experience. And we've had the opportunity to read the Bible as Christians, and those that can't read or write, they don't get that opportunity, but these devices can allow them to understand what's going on in the Bible even though they can't read.
After trying to go to Peru several times, we finally ended up making it down there to make a documentary to show you guys what happened as a result of this project. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Lima, Peru. This is where all of the Picos were shipped, and we want to give a big thank you to the Confesses at the Deaf EFATA mission that helped us. We're going to meet a driver from SAMAIR and take us directly further east into the jungle.
We distributed all of these devices to the Yine people in Peru and surrounding countries, and they were distributed incredibly fast, even faster than we could get there and document the process. So what you're about to see is what happened after all these were given out.
Here I am in Sepahua, and this is the Sepahua River behind me. A lot of action here every morning. Boats coming and going, people bringing fruit in at the port here. That's called the Peke motor back there. Though Sepahua might look like it's fairly modern in some respects, even this morning there's no running water. The water stopped. We only have electricity from about 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We are heading out to Nuevo, Rosario, village just right outside of town. 10:30. Wilber is the contact that is here that helped organize everything in this area and beyond, and just making sure it gets to all the corners of the Yine. He has been a huge blessing to us. He has helped us so much.
Excellent.
We have been here, we've been able to hand out a few of them, but really the national preachers have done this job, and guys in the church that have been helping get these to the Yine groups around here. Got Eddie here, who has helped Jason Dover. Jason Dover trained him. He's gonna be with us, and last night we were able to bring a whole bunch of children together, and they heard the gospel and were given clean heart tracts. And we had several more sitting in chairs and everything, hearing the gospel after that. This is the edge of the jungle. Sepahua, this little town here, is the actual staging point where everything went out to the Yine from this location here, far, far into the reaches of the jungle. That all happened from here.
The man that we're about to travel with, he's pastoring up in the village of Sinsa. He was in charge of distributing all of the Picos to the Yine people up there, and he's also received some support from Final Frontiers. We'll be able to get a little bit of his story.
When we did the Tulipan project, it was a little bit more simple, not with the mountains and the altitude, but simple in the fact that they were all in one area. Here we can't just go out and hike and find all the different villages of Yine. It's a mammoth territory, and they have spread out clear into other countries. As they started doing the counts and finding how many people are out there, there's thousands of them, so many villages. And so trying to get a PowerPack Pico into the hands of every single family has been a mammoth task.
So far from what we've seen, the results have been phenomenal. People are listening to these devices in their homes and then visiting the churches. They go to their local pastors and their questions are answered. And then you know what? Not only them, but their entire families are coming to Christ.
Quienes llevaron con todo entusiasmo, ¿no? Con mucha alegría, ya tener en sus manos un trabajo que estábamos esperando en sí en realidad. Y esperamos pues que este trabajo realizado sea y siga siendo de mucha bendición para el pueblo de Dios.
We're in this village now with 2 Yine pastors.
Algunos no quieren estar en la iglesia, ¿no? Con Cuando han escuchado ya otro domingo, viene ya primera vez han venido y escuchar la palabra de Dios. De aquí a Mateo, a Apocalipsis, ¿no? Ahí dice la escuchar todo. Al escuchar esto, le impactó en su corazón. Una familia ha recibido por este equipo.
So Pastor Ronaldo was able to lead that man to Christ, and then he went back and his whole family got saved just because of the one that was given.
People have been listening to them. It's causing them to think. It's causing them to have questions.
It sounds like that there's about 10 different cases of that happening in this area.
He's very, very grateful for the help that these audio Bibles have been.
Entendiendo esta oración, entender la palabra de Dios, el pastor, queremos más esto. A base de eso podemos recibir más. Entonces hablar, ¿a dónde voy? ¿A dónde voy? Entonces en este lugar me y gracias a ustedes, hermanos, de otro país, en esta frontera, digamos, lejos.
We just had a huge blessing. We were just in the house of Edgar Canayo,
The Yine man that just happened to be out here today in our path, the son of a man that we know.
a man that we met 10 years ago on our very first expedition. He had never gotten saved. He had become a drunk, and he's actually walking with a cane right now. He's limping because he had fallen from a house that he was working on. He's laying in the hospital and he's thinking, I've got to change my life.
Listening to him pray just now just brought me to tears, just listening to him. It was amazing.
He cried out to the Lord.
Hearing him praying to God and asking him to just clean him and make him holy. It was beautiful. Final Frontiers has made it possible, and through the donors that are out there, thank you so much. You've made it possible to see an entire people group reached with the New Testament and also a gospel message that we recorded in a village not far from here with the traditional Yine speakers giving a gospel message. And that's the first thing that you hear when this device gets turned on.
¿Escuchas?
Thank you to everyone out there that gave. This gives all of the Yine people a chance to hear the gospel and to have the New Testament in their home. Every single family will get that message and have a chance to understand it and accept the Word of God. People have gotten saved that didn't know Christ before. People that couldn't read or couldn't hold their Bible have been listening while they work or in their hammock, and you can still just listen to the Bible. And so what we're hearing is that the Yine people are using them, and sometimes whole families accept Christ. Last night we were able to go to the home of a lady who is Yine and did the voice of Mary Magdalene in the original recording of the New Testament. And one of the things that I just keep hearing is thankfulness to Final Frontiers for getting this audio Bible out to everyone in their people group. And she was talking about people who can't read, getting the Word of God in their own language and hearing the gospel. There's a man that was giving out, and his son moved away and was listening to the scriptures, listening to the New Testament, and actually just called him recently and accepted Christ. He got saved. Travel in the cold wind and the breezes and the spray of the water with a group that's heading all the way up to Atalaya. So we have traveled downriver about an hour and a half or so to Bufeo Pozo. We're getting here on the beaches now. We just arrived and we stopped here in our Yine village. This is where the in-laws of Wilber live, so his wife's family is here.
Que no sabía leer la letra, entonces fueron ya. La mayoría de la gente también nuevas están viniendo a la iglesia. Lo digo que por eso.
We even met with a guy who had a terrible accident before he was saved and was shot with a shotgun. He talked about using the PowerPack Pico. His hands weren't working so well. He couldn't read his Bible, but he could listen to it laying there in his bed. Thank you so much for giving to this project to reach the Yine. The It is working. Every home is going to hear the gospel. They're going to hear a gospel message. Every family gets that chance. And I know he is able to do exceedingly abundantly above everything that we have asked of him, above everything that we have even thought that's even entered our minds that we want to see happen with this project. But we want to see this happen again. We want to see this keep happening, where we can say every family has the chance to hear the gospel, whether they can read the word of God or not, whether they have a preacher there or not. The gospel is in their home, in their language. Thank you to Final Frontiers. Thank you to the donors out there that gave.
We live in Puerto Maldonado. We've been in the area for about 10 years. And we go up on several different rivers, and what a blessing to get some of these audio Bibles that were brought down with Final Frontiers. We have a man who works with us. He was actually the tribal chief, and he helped me with the distribution. We got the solar panels to the places that didn't have any power, and this is just such a great blessing because a lot of these people don't have reading skills, and if they do know how to read, they don't retain a lot. So to have an audio Bible for them that they can hear and understand in their own heart language and their mother language, it's a huge blessing. One guy, he actually puts it on a loudspeaker and plays it so that the whole village hears it, I believe, every single morning. And so to me, it's really exciting to see what God has done in his heart and life.
And we want to keep doing this. We want to saturate entire people groups. So please continue to help us with this. We want to go after the next tribe.
We have about 30 different villages that I know of in our area, and that's more than a half dozen different people groups. So we have several other people groups in our area that still don't have the Bible in their language, and they definitely don't have any kind of audio Bible at all.
There are so many tribes that we still need to reach, and we can only do that with your help.
It's been beautiful here to see the culmination of this and see people who have gotten the devices. This is just a small look at some of the places where these devices have gone out. So thank you for your help.
Thank you so much for your help.
If you want more information about our projects, make sure you visit our website. It's finalfrontiers.world, or you can go directly to the PowerPack site at powerpack.world.